So hey guys, what's up? This is Ezekiel, and welcome back to the next episode of the Battle Cats Evolution series. Yeah, so in the last video, we talked about the Pogo Stick Cat, and so today, we're going to be moving on to the next cat on the list right here, which is the Killer Cat, otherwise known as the super cool, freaking awesome looking, black cat unit that, in theory, would be super powerful in comparison to, like, the Black Doges, or Black Doggos, whatever you like to call them, and stuff like that, but doesn't really perform as you would expect it to, unfortunately, but we'll still get into the logistics and stuff of this cat unit. Anyway, so, the Killer Cat. Opened his heart to the savage beast within. It costs a bit extra to recruit to fight for you. Single attacking unit. So, basically, in a nutshell, this cat doesn't really have anything special or fantastic going for it other than the fact that it looks pretty freaking amazing in comparison to most of the other basic cats that I actually have lined up right here already for you guys. So, I believe it's actually weaker in comparison to most of the cats right here. I don't know if the little macho cat's actually weaker than this guy, but as I've seen, it's really, really freaking weak. So this guy, like the Killer Cat, it's not going to do too well in battle. It's not even like that great of a spam cat either because it costs so freaking much, but that's more of like some technical stuff that we'll get into later. So basically all that you need to know is that this cat, it's not really the greatest cat. It's basically just a basic cat, just coated in like the black sort of outfit to make it look freaking amazing and badass like. So, something to keep in mind. But anyways, the next form and final form, actually, this guy doesn't have a true form, unfortunately. But knowing Ponos, that they're probably going to be working on some sort of true form for this guy anyways in sometime in the future. But the next form is the True Killer Cat, which is, I guess, sort of defeats the purpose though of a true form because it says True Killer Cat. So what would the true form be? Would it be just like True Killer Cat, or the True Mohawk Killer Cat, or something like that? Basically, just I imagine this guy with a mohawk, then it's probably complete in that sense. But anyways, just getting into more technical stuff right here. This savage beast is consumed by thirst for battle. Costs a bit extra to recruit to fight for you. Same thing, no gained or additional abilities, yada yada yada. The only real difference is that it's sort of coded, or not actually coded, sorry, that's just the basic design whenever you evolve into the next formations, but it just has more visible whiskers in comparison to the first form, really, so that's like the only major difference, which is, I guess, whiskers sort of means something in this game. It's probably like a massive symbol to be like, oh my goodness, this guy's like a true killer cat this time because he's got the whiskers to show it. But anyways, that's all I can really say for the description right here. So, because really, like, to explain this cat, I have to use him in battle so you can sort of see the implications and stuff. So for this team composition, we're actually going to be using just the only basic cat looking dudes right here. So we got the True Killer Cat, the true form of the basic cat, the maniac version of the crazed version of the basic cat, the metal macho cat, the little macho cat, and then the pump cat. I know that the pump cat isn't really part of like the allegiance, let's say, of like the 5 cats as mentioned or as shown above, but it's still technically just a basic cat with a pumpkin like over top of his face, so I sort of included him just because. And I know that I could add a bunch of other like cheap units, but we're gonna just keep things simple and use just the basic cats right here, so it should be pretty good. And because the implications of this the Killer Cat isn't really that relevant in most cases, we're just gonna be sticking to like the dojo sort of scenario places, and that should be good enough for what we're gonna try to show right here. And I'm also gonna only show the true form, the True Killer Cat form, just because obviously, the Killer Cat looks basically like the True Killer Cat, so there's no point in me showing that twice in a row. So we're going to just start things off by summoning all the weak cats right here, just in one swoop right there. Not going to go too crazy, because I do want to try to save up for the True Killer Cat. But right away, you can sort of see why it's sort of odd to have a cat like the True Killer Cat in your main team composition. It's not really a spam cat because it costs so freaking much, like 7,500 just to send that thing out. Like, you have to be, sort of ridiculous to choose to send that cat over something like, I don't know, like a Awakened Bahama cat or some sort of like Uber cat that would actually do some sort of viable assistance to your cat army, instead of sending this guy that's gonna literally die in like a few moments, just because, as I said, he's a lot weaker in comparison to pretty much all of the basic cats that I have right here, excluding the little matcha cat, because I'm pretty sure the little matcha cat's not as strong, though it's argued that it could be stronger because you could max it out anyways if you have like it to level 30 and then plus it to like further levels and stuff. Ooh, I think I might make some chicken. That is just girlfriend talking about what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. But yeah, look at this. If you send the true killer cat, there's no denying that it looks really freaking amazing. Just like, I'm not really sure why, it just looks so much more sinister, more dark, like, just overall more epic looking in comparison to like all the other base cats, but it's just so freaking expensive. Like, you cannot send more than one of these guys at a time unless you have some sort of like, you know, you've maxed out your worker cat level or something like that, or it's really, really like great to a point where you could just like summon a bunch of these, like killer cats like on days on end, which would look pretty cool. But the only thing that would make things a lot cooler is that if it could actually do like some significant damage as it would when you actually got this cat from the actual event stages. So a little bit of a bummer, but yeah, you gotta admit, like, look at that, look at the black dogo. The black doge, a lot of people pronounce it different ways, does so much damage. And then we have our cats right here, like, in theory, or at least, you know, it would be cool if the true killer cat could do like a lot of significant damage and then maybe have like a reduced attacking time. I feel like that would make it that much cooler, but because it doesn't do that and it's just like a basic cat just reskinned, then it's like not the greatest. But it still looks pretty cool. Like, I don't hate the cat because it's so expensive and you can't really use it. I just dislike it that it doesn't have like the same abilities as like the black doge, because like, you know, they're sort of like opposites to each other. So I feel like it makes sense if you know, it had like the same abilities, or at least the same sort of plays, let's say, as the black doges. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say for the true killer cat. It's actually like, this is a pretty short video in comparison to a lot of the other videos that I've made before, just because, you know, this cat, like, there really isn't a whole lot to say about this cat. So once again, just to summarize it all up, it's pretty much just a basic cat, so, you know, a cat. I guess I keep saying basic cat, I don't really know why. I guess I'm saying basic cat because there's other cats that are sort of like it now, so I just say the basic cat to refer to this guy right here. But it's basically just a basic cat reskinned with the dark looking sort of outfit, which makes it look pretty cool, but it just doesn't really perform as you would expect it to, just because its stats are so freaking low, and it's super freaking expensive, so it's not like you can send out a bunch of those guys anyways in like a massive horde as you would probably want to. So do I recommend this cat? I'll say no if you're planning to use it in battles and stuff, but if you're just collecting it, then sure. Other than that, it's probably one of the more useless cats that unless you're looking for a challenge, then by all means use this cat and try to, you know, I guess have a fun time with that. But anyways guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to say for this video. So if you enjoyed it, then hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Battle Cats videos in the future. If you have any more cat suggestions that you would like to see, then just leave it in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you, or you'll probably see it in like a future episode at some point in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Woo!